Hey guys, me3, and welcome to the final part of Ori and the Blind Forest. Last time, we beat the game, and this time, we are going to go through and wrap up every single thing we didn't have time to do throughout the main campaign, as well as talk about everything we didn't get the chance to before. And the first thing I actually want to bring up is that image that shows up at the end of the credits. That artwork is actually the winner of a fan art contest they held before the game's release. And that piece was drawn by Maggie Liskowski, which is a beautiful piece, and I love seeing it in full resolution on their DeviantArt. I'm gonna go ahead and link that image down below because it is gorgeous. But what's even more interesting is it appears after they won that contest, they went on to make assets for Blackroot Burrows in Definitive Edition. So they went from a fan artist to doing actual art in the game, and that's so cool, and they did such an amazing job, honestly. I mean, I already complimented Blackroot Burrows a lot when we were going through it. It is so beautiful. They did an amazing job. It's so cool that they got that opportunity. But before we hop into the gameplay, I want to briefly discuss the theater real quick. Now, in the base game, all that would be in here was cutscenes. This is just a way to review the cutscenes in the game. But with Definitive Edition, they added these 3 extra tabs: behind the scenes, promotional videos, and concept art. Now, we're not going to be watching all of these in their entirety. 1, because that'd be 40 minutes and we'd be here for a really long time. 2, they're on YouTube, so you can watch them if you want. And 3, this game is $5. You can just pick it up and watch it here. Although I will say, these videos do not play on Linux, so if you're using like Proton or Steam Play Wine to run this, then these videos won't play. But like I said, they're all on YouTube, so we don't need to go through each one of these individually. It'd just take far too long. But I do want to show off the concept art for a moment. Starting off, it has the box art for both the base game and Definitive Edition, which just got a more right at you, and I rather like that. But there's also a few more pieces here, such as Ori and Nehru eating in a decaying forest, and them eating while the forest is not decayed. I imagine this would be really nice, the cute fade transition or something. And we also have this beautiful piece of the spirit tree, which it kind of reminds me of the Will-o'-the-Wisp, because there's a menu in the game where it has like it's like a spirit tree silhouette kind of thing. It kind of looks like this, and it's just really cool. Following that, we just have some concept art of what appears to be areas, as well as some storyboards, and a few enemies, of course. But there actually isn't that much concept art for Ori the Blind Forest. I know I was talking about that last time, how it was pretty hard to find, but here's the reason why. It's because the concept phase was pretty close to just bringing stuff into the engine, so there wasn't really a need for detailed concept art to begin with, so they just never made a whole lot. So mostly what we have is just a couple of rough sketches and then the finished piece. It's kind of a shame there isn't more concept art, but it's still really cool what we do see. Although now, I think it's time we get back into our save file and get that 99% up to 100, because we don't have a whole lot left to do. It's taken a while to load here, wow. Okay. It always saves right before you enter the sequence, so if you're playing Definitive Edition, you can always just hop right back out from there. You can see our save point is still right there, and we can just come right back. I don't know why that one little ledge is such a problem. Let's see, get me out of here. Can I go? No, come on, shoot closer to me. There we go. All right, so we are going to be getting off. Oh, this stuff makes me so nervous, but head on down to the Spirit Well. I actually want to start with Thornfelt Swamp over here. I just want to go to Thornfelt Swamp because I want to get the rainbow back. I'm gonna go get the rainbow because it's pretty and we didn't really have it for very long. Rainbows are back. I also love a little sound effect. It gives a little sparkle afterwards. But we are not done with some codes for the game, because there is also a code in the game to change Ori's color. And again, this is so much easier to do on a keyboard. I can't stress it enough. The code is left, up, right, down, up, jump. So if I do that really fast, left, up, right, down, up, jump. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can see Ori is pink, and if I do it again, there we go. It's kind of tricky to do these codes, but now you can see Ori is blue and completely blends in. There's all sorts of colors here. Yeah, they're just white. Oh, it's up 3 times. Left, up, right, down, up, jump. Okay. There we go. That's why I wasn't getting consistent results. There we go. So now we can see the colors more. Oh, I hit up 4 times. There we go. There. See, now you can see all the different colors that you can put through with Ori. These will just last the same as the rainbow effects. So after we close the game, if I can demonstrate here, I'm going to create a soul ink actually, because I'd like to stay here. If I make Ori pink, rekindle that, and then I go ahead and exit the save and enter it again. Ori is back to being white, and just like that, we don't have rainbow dash. Up, up, down, down, left, right, E-jump. So that is a very cool little thing if you want to mess around and have Ori different colors. I personally just kind of like keeping Ori white because it's the easiest to see, but if this is something you want to do, feel free to go ahead and do it. The pink is also very nice. The color is random, by the way. You have no control over what you get. This code was actually revealed by the devs at a Games Done Quick Run in 2015. They told the runner that if he beat his personal best, they'd reveal the cheat code. He didn't, but they still revealed it because they're nice. But we do still have some things we have to grab, and at this point it is essentially just spirit light containers, and it would be pretty boring to just watch me go around and grab, here's another spirit light container. So while running around and trying to fill out 100% of the map, I'm going to use this time to discuss some things I thought were really interesting from those conceptual videos in the theater. Starting this off, a while ago, the lead artist went ahead and showcased to us some conceptual art for the game's cover that never made it. Of course, the game's cover was completely changed, but it's really cool to see this, the eyes, I can't, the eyes on everything. Okay, to the videos. The first thing we are going to be looking at is the early beginnings video, which is the development preview for what their original pitch was. The game was called Sign before they changed it to Ori, and honestly, it kind of reminds me of Zelda a bit. Obviously, it's still a Metroidvania with a focus on platforming. That was their goal from the get-go. That was what they wanted to make. But it seems like you are using the D-pad to play music like in Ocarina of Time, and the areas, instead of being the dungeons, they're just called temples, like in Zelda. Of course, we get to see more of their gremlin placeholder character, so I guess this is what Sign would have looked like as a spirit instead of just the little ball, but yeah, it's very cool to see how this game started. You can definitely see where the vision was, and it came a long way. It came a very, very long way. But moving on to the interaction concepts, of course, we can see a lot of this very well animated cube, and you can definitely tell that Bash was something they were very, very proud of, because it was just used so much in this concept. It's like they knew they had something special there with Bash. Absolutely amazing. It does feature a lot of moves they decided to scrap. One of the biggest ones being is a roll, where Early curls up and kind of looks like Pac-Man. It also looks like at one point there was plans to have Ori do almost a spin dash sort of thing. I don't know, what can I say? Sonic makes its way into literally everything I play at this point. But another move that was shown off appeared to be some type of parry move, or like a shield where you could reflect things. But seeing as Bash exists, it's pretty easy to see why that was scrapped, since, you know, it's a lot more fun to use Bash and aim than it would be to just pull out a shield and just try to bounce things back. There is also a section where there's all these spikes and circular spinning platforms. Now, in fairness, it's been a while since I played Will-O-the-Wisps, but I feel like kind of this idea right here was reused for the Wellspring. I haven't played the game since it launched, so I could be remembering wrong, but it feels like that was reused there, and if that's the case, that's pretty cool. I do have to take a bit of a moment here to say, it's so funny that the placeholders for the owls were freaking Golbats. People were saying like, oh yes, Pokemon reference. This game has had Pokemon references. Oh yeah, what's also very predominantly featured in this video is a bunch of death animations. Just a whole bunch of death animations that they were trying out for Ori. So some of them are pretty gruesome, but yeah, you get to see Ori die a whole bunch of different ways. Although, as shown in the interaction concepts, there was a lot of things they experimented with, and just to see if it would work. One of the biggest examples, and it's shown in this video, is the freeze upgrade. And the idea was to have it so you could turn enemies into ice blocks, and then they would become bashable cubes and could be thrown through the air. It was going to be used for all sorts of puzzles, but they found it didn't mesh with the rest of the game, so it was cut. There's not really a whole lot going on in the enemy concepts video. It's cool to see how some things would have reacted, but aside from that, most of these is just like, oh, yeah, these are circular things, you know, this is exactly how the enemy reacts now in the final game. There's all sorts of stuff, so it's not really that noteworthy, but I have to bring a little bit of attention to the bird spaces. The birds are getting me every single time. Oh my god. The other noteworthy thing is, these sure look like a lot of Gumon Ori is killing, so, Gumo, I hope you're not too upset. It's like all the enemy concepts. Gumo. It's Gumo. Now, there is some cool stuff in the sequence concepts. Right off the bat, it shows Sign being used a bit more of a navigator, helping Ori through the beginning of like a tutorial stage and just showing overall where to go. Although besides that, it's just really cool to see how at one point they were thinking of introducing the player to the world and seeing all the little gates is like, okay, this stops progression here, this stops progression there. It's just very interesting to see that. What's also featured in the video is an escape from Kuro sequence, and this appears to be the one from after restoring the Forlorn Ruins. It's pretty similar to it. It almost seems like it was going to take place after the Misty Woods because the fog clears and then there's Kuro. So it also appears that at one point Gumo was planned to be part of the ending, lifting the burning wood off of Nehru, but I can see why they changed it to just be Nehru. It kind of would weaken the moment a little bit to have Gumo, since Nehru is going after her child. Gumo is a great friend, but this is about Nehru and Ori. That being said, Guma has a pretty prominent feature in here, such as being the one to save Ori from after the Ginzo tree, still, but like literally pulling Ori out of water going towards spikes. It's like, Gumo, you took your sweet time. I get you being all cheeky with that little smile, but you took your sweet time. It's also pretty cool to see that at one point there was at least some concept of Gumo helping you through a level, literally lifting things away since Ori is too weak to lift them themselves. There's also something cursed, and that is the assets and stuff in 3D. Keep it 2D, guys. Oh, and because I can't stop mentioning Sonic today, I just have to say it, Ice Cap Zone. It looks like it was a concept for the Forlorn Ruins escape sequence, but Ice Cap Zone! Although we also get to see more of those ice powers that Ori at one point was planned to have in here. That seemed to be something that they were really into, but just, you know, got rid of kind of later on. So there's not really a whole lot going on in the storyboard concepts. They're mostly just storyboards. They're a little more wordy than they were in the final game. The game does a lot more with not needing to really say much, but something that is kind of interesting is they did experiment at one point using actual voice acting instead of the gibberish that they have in the final game, and this was shown in another GDC video, which I'm going to link below because those videos are so good, but it's a little surreal to actually hear the Spirit Tree just speak English.
We will always remember the great storm. That night when Ori was lost to the winds.
All that being gone over though, I just want to say I absolutely adore the sound effects video. It's just... He sounds like a Pokemon! I love it! Oh my god! But after all those conceptual videos, you have the promo ones, and there's not really much to say. Lots of them are just promo videos, like trailers of the game and stuff. It does also show about the LA launch party, which, what was interesting about that is that was when a lot of the developers were able to meet in person for the first time, because, like I said, they've been stationed all over the world before. So this is finally their time to meet their colleagues, and actually, Andrew Lackey, who was one of the people that worked on the sound, recorded some of it on his phone and posted on YouTube, so I will also link that below, because that's nice to see. Now, if you want some more tidbits on this stuff, I really recommend reading the Reddit Q&A thread. That was a really good thread, and lots of the stuff in there is pretty good, just I don't feel a whole lot more is worth mentioning than what I already have. I do just want to mention one little thing, though, and that is, yeah, we've run into a few glitches here and there, but we haven't done any sequence breaks. If you see a speedrun, you might see a sequence break or two, and those are pretty cool. And it turns out that Moon supports those and even purposefully designed some into the game, because they're the ones that recognize sequence breaks and glitches like that are just harmless fun for everyone, and that is really cool of them. And it's such an opposite approach to what so many other game companies take. It's so refreshing to see. There are still Easter eggs in this game, so of course, keep your eyes and ears peeled while playing, because I'm curious what those last ones are. I also want to take a brief moment to hop into the base game and show you a couple of things. First of all, like I said, if it's a complete save file, you can't open it. We can't go to the backups, can't do anything with it. I'm not planning to go through and show every single change, because there was quite a few, but I do just kind of want to bring attention to this. Like I said, there's no spirit well here, and instead, it's even meaner than I thought. They replaced it with a kamikaze beetle. Look at that. How mean! You go here for a heal, and you just get blown up. Another thing I just want to point out, this doesn't have to be done in the base game. I'm just doing it here because I have a save file of Forlorn Ruins before it's restored. Because after it's restored, the gravity mechanics kind of go away. But I was informed that I was a little bit hard to watch in Forlorn Ruins by someone I live with because of these little gravity cubes. I was complaining how you have no mid-air control and all this, and it turns out, let me see, if I hold left and right, it turns out you do have complete mid-air control. It's just I was dumb in forgetting what I even said, where it's like, oh yeah, it's dependent on the side. So you have to hold left to go down, right to go up, and then it's inverted over here. So I just wanted to point that out, so that way hopefully anyone that plays this game keeps that in mind and doesn't go frickin' nuts like I did, because my hate of this place was just a little bit unwarranted. Just a little bit. I still don't care for it, but it was a little bit unwarranted. Finally! I am having such a hard time finding that last percent. I just went and grinded spirit lights, that way I could get sense. Okay, now to get out of here and then find where the frickin' piece I'm missing in Hollow Grove is. Just 1%. But I have kind of made a bit of a discovery, and that is, hard mode does not just affect how much damage enemies do to you, it also affects how much spirit light and health drops you get. So that's an important thing to note, because yeah, you never need to grind for ability points in this game. I have never had this issue, so I definitely think hard mode has affected the drop rate. By now we've gone through and covered all the topics, so I'm just going to keep going until I get that 1% in Hollow Grove. I don't know where it is. I need help. I'm looking at a map of the game, and I can't even find what I'm missing. It's just, where is this 1% I'm missing? Oh my god. You're kidding me. I just did that. All that work. Well, here's what sense looks like. Oh my god. It's right in front of my face. The whole freaking time. Oh my god. Well then. I've saved. I'm so mad at that. I have saved Moon Grotto for last because if you remember, there was a glitch, and we couldn't finish Moon Grotto's map, couldn't fill it in 100%, because there was a glitch that after I got the thing over here, the lasers turned back on, and now it's marked as not filled out, and that's a pretty big deal. That's not going to fit. There's also something I missed over here. Now that I have sense, it's showing up, which, that's nice. I didn't need to make a soul link, but I wanted to save this for last because I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be able to salvage this save file. I hate to say that, but I'm not sure. Although, either way, over here, I completely missed this. I didn't know this was here, but this little invisible wall. And that is every secret in the game. Just got the No Stone Unturned achievement. So we have found everything in the game. The only thing we have left to do on this save file is try and correct this glitch. Let's see, yep. Okay, so this boulder's back, but this laser's on. We can't get through this. Now, I was really just willing to just say this was a glitch. So we're gonna debug this. So there is actually a teleport code in the game. Every area has some places where if you memorize the exact teleportation spot, you can do some tricks. But there is a teleportation code. I'm hoping maybe one of them can get us down to that lever and correct this. If not, I don't think there's a debug thing or anything we can do because the rock is just gone and this is a one-hit kill laser. No matter how much defense and health we have, it is going to get through us. So the teleport code, I'm going to stand a little bit off from the edge here, is up, right, down, left, 8, up, jump. Okay. And just in case you're wondering, it's 8 on the top of the keyboard, not on the number pad. Up, right, down, left, 8, up, jump. Okay, there it is. That's the teleport code working, but it teleported me over here. I don't want to be over here. Let's try this again. I think this might be the only spot. I think it might just snap me to over here. I don't think the teleport code... I don't think there's another teleport spot down below where the challenge area is. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't think we're gonna be able to get 100% on this map. Black Root Burst, the teleport code probably won't bring me up here if I go all the way to black. Should I try it anyways? See if it might. It'll probably just bring me somewhere over here. Alright, well here we are below it. Now let's see if this works. Nope, there's a spot right here. Okay, let's try a little bit. Oh god, this place is beautiful with the rainbows. It's so pretty. All right, let's try it over here. Nope. It just takes you to whichever one's closest, I believe. So I think this might be a total wash. I'm afraid to say that. I might just start seeing what I can find as far as debugging goes. Yeah, we're not gonna get over there with the teleport code. Alright, I gave it the old college try, and I think we're just gonna have to settle for marking it as that save file as 100% because there's not really much we can do. But in the meantime, just to say that we got 100% on something, you know, I have this other save file that just... It needs actually a lot of work. But I'm just gonna get 100% on this, and then we'll say I got it, okay? Because that is the only thing left in the Moon Grotto, and it's been bugged. I'm sorry this happened. I didn't want to go ahead and screw us out of this. I didn't want to do that to my save file. But on the positive side, this is a save file that has all the upgrades, so, and with that, we have gotten 100%. Sadly, not on the same save file, but we did everything. It was a glitch. That's 100% of the map. We have fully completed everything we can do in Ori and the Blind Forest. It's nice to see that 100%. It's just such a shame that it couldn't be on our file, but it took close to the same amount of time. I mean, if that's any consolation. Anyways, I want to thank you all so much for joining me on this journey. I know I'm still shifting my channel from webkins into Let's Plays, so I really, really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. It's been great. I know these videos haven't been the most viewed, but I really appreciate the feedback I have gotten. And I hope you'll continue to support me in the next project, which hopefully won't be like another 1.5-year gap from the last one. That shouldn't happen. I'm a little more prepared this time. So, anyways, enjoy the credits once again because these people, they deserve everything they get. They're just praise these beautiful people. And I will see you in the next one later.